Got a new knife to share with you guys. You can see right there the box. Whatever it is, it's Japanese. Cool looking box. It's a Higo No Kami Japanese friction folding knife. One reason why I haven't been that big of a fan of these smaller non-locking knives is, let's say I have something in my hand and I'm about to cut. Get a piece of paper here. Holding something in my hand. I dig out my little slip joint. I have to set down when I'm going to cut to open up the blade. That's just incredibly inconvenient. So inconvenient, I'd probably rather not even use the knife. Two hands to close as well. Yeah, complete chore. The beauty of this knife, what I noticed when I was fondling one in the store, is we have a tab right here. And with this tab, we can actually open the knife one-handed while still holding what we're going to cut. And it's going to cut very keenly. It has a very high-end Japanese carbon steel blade. It's actually blue steel number 2 on this particular model. They also come in white steels. Difference between white steel and blue steel. Blue steel is just going to have more wear resistance. It has little hardened packets in the steel called carbides. Those alloys basically allow the blade to cut longer than the white steel. White steel is known for not having those, which allows it to theoretically take a much keener edge. But they both get very, very sharp, don't kid yourself. And they both sharpen very, very nicely, especially compared to Western steels. The Rockwell Hardness on this, I'm not sure what it is. It could be in the low 60s. These paper steels, Yasuki steels, are known for taking very, very keen edges as well as having very, very high hardnesses. Much harder than stuff like your Beckers and BK2s and 56, 58 HRC. Very cool. We'll have to talk about that in a different video. Laminated blade steel construction on this, 3 different layers, Sanmai. The laminate layer on the outside, what it's actually clad in, is a mild steel. What that is very, very low carbon, about 0.03% carbon on there. So technically it's really just like an iron on there, iron. And so we can see right here, the blade has a micro bevel, which we could see that's what's actually reflecting in the light. The shiny portion is the core steel, Sanmai, Japanese for 3 layers. We can now see the foggy layer right there, that's the mild steel. And that's called a Kasumi Finish. Kasumi is Japanese for mist. So the art of sharpening this blade is we would sharpen it in a way that the core steel would be a highly polished mirror, yet we wouldn't polish the iron right here that it's actually clad in. We want to keep that Kasumi finish, which is very, very tricky. It takes a softer water stone, very light touch, and that's definitely where these natural water stones come in handy, is they really cut the steel in a manner that allows that Kasumi finish to shine. And that's just kind of like a traditional Japanese way of doing things with knives constructed this way. Let me show you guys a knife that I have. I'm still really learning how to do a Kasumi finish. It's a Yanagiba Japanese slicing knife. This is Saya. I'll show you guys kind of the limits of my sharpening. Now, if I was a much better sharpener, you would see that those streaks right there would not be there. It'd be a nice uniform, foggy finish, and the core right here would definitely be just much brighter, much more polished. But I'm definitely getting more practice on it. It definitely helps to have a natural water stone for that. But you just need a softer stone and lighter pressure to really bring out the Kasumi finish. Well, let me show you the sharpness on this knife, because it is definitely my sharpest knife. This is in white steel right here. So quiet. We'll have to share this knife in a later video. Let's go ahead and put this away back in the Saya. Let's talk more about the Higo No Kami. What's it for? It's really kind of a smaller, light use, everyday carry knife. You know what it actually kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of something like this straight razor. Notice how they both kind of have that tab thing to open and close it. But yeah, just light use, everyday carry. If you live in a godforsaken state in the US that doesn't allow you to carry a locking blade in your pocket, then yeah, this is definitely what you want to go to. As well as if you just live in Europe. Sorry guys, but those knife laws are pretty sucky over there. Let's get the box out of the way here. What I'd use this blade for, it seems like it's really designed for wood carving. And let me show you guys a piece of pine wood right here. I'll show you guys how well it just kind of carves some feathers. If we can keep them on the stick. But yeah, you could see right there, I mean, definitely great carving knife. Definitely able to get some really nice fine feathers. Definitely a great precision tool to keep inside your pocket. So light you don't even know it's there. Great backup knife as well to a larger fixed blade. The geometry of this thing is excellent. I mean, even though this is a non-locking blade, you can definitely get some heavy-duty cutting with this blade. Just really notice how that splits and cuts right there. Able to take those feathers off, no problem. And that's really the beauty of a wood crafting blade, is that it has such a geometry that when the primary cutting edge cuts into the wood or material, it then starts to split, which allows the cutting edge to cut, and then allows it to split. And the synergy between that is what makes a really good blade for kind of wood carving stuff. You can see right there, definitely able to just chop that stuff off. Holding your thumb on there keeps that from closing. So it's a relatively safe blade too if you know what you're doing. But yeah, definitely able to get some nice chunks out of here. You can also get kind of more of a chest lever grip here and really put some more power in there. So yeah, sweet blade. How we would integrate that into a setup. Let me show you guys a kind of a bushcraft setup I would use with this knife. So this would be in my right front pocket. Set that piece of wood down, we'll clean that up later. Then I would definitely have a larger fixed blade, like this Felkniven A1 Pro, and a very high-end Japanese steel as well. Then I would probably also carry something like the Silky Pocket Boy. This would also fit in the pocket. It's a fairly small folding saw. Allows you to get some more precision cutting, to build some different tools. You can also build a bigger bow saw if you'd like. Then, if I was really going to be doing some serious wood cutting to maybe make a bigger fire, I'd have something like this Hudson Bay Pattern Axe. It's kind of an axe hatchet hybrid. And followed by, where is it? Just like a small sharpening stone like this DC4, and I'd be completely set up for all my tools. So that's a little bit about a bushcraft setup I would use with this Higo No Kami. We'll probably just talk about bushcraft setups in a different video. Put this stuff away. But yeah, we'll talk about tool selection, weight restriction, kind of what you would carry and why. I think that'd be an awesome video. Something I definitely think about a lot. So, you know what this knife kind of reminds me of? It does kind of remind me of, I'll show you. And I'm not sure if Warren Osborne was thinking about this when he made this knife. But the 940. This is a 940-1 with a more premium steel and handle material than the regular 940. But you notice there's kind of some similarities between this, and this is definitely an excellent everyday carry knife. Definitely feels like more of a modern take on a Higo No Kami. Definitely probably why it's been one of my favorite everyday carry knives, and we'll definitely have to give you guys a review on it. But yeah, definitely reminds me of a Higo No Kami. So I have been such a huge fan of the Higo No Kami that I want to make one. So I just got this piece of steel back from Heat Treat. It's a piece of CPM M4, and if you know anything about knife steels, you know that M4 takes an incredible edge. It's not corrosion resistant, but that's probably why it takes a really good edge. It also just has wear resistance for days. We've got a huge volume of carbides in this steel. The hardness of this one is about 62, 63. I designed it for some wood carving. That's where I was going with this one. And I think that would make an excellent Higo No Kami. Definitely a much more wear resistance, much more edge holding than the blue steel for sure. So yeah, it'll be very exciting. It looks like I even have enough for two. Oh, very cool. So yeah, guys, stick with me, and we'll see about making a sweet little Higo No Kami, as well as we'll talk about other stuff in some other videos. Let me know your interest in the comments. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care.